Welcome back to the Girl Cave. Today I have 2 bonus layouts for our portrait series just for you. Now here's an easy way. We all have scrapbook paper that have large motifs. Look at this one. Let's not fight it. Let's just go for it. I have to trim this picture a little bit because of the barcode. But look, if I trim that section right there, that's a perfect fit. There's nothing else that needs to be done to this page because there is no journaling. It's part of my vacation album. This one, look at that. That's beautiful right there. I might add a little bit more here. I don't know. We're gonna play with this one. But that's a slap and go. All I need to do is get rid of that barcode. Now see, if I cut it this way, I'm gonna cut my son's arm. Not that it's very visible anyway, but I'm not gonna do that. So what I'm gonna do is just, and I would still have this down here. So I'm just gonna cut that part. That's what I'm gonna do. Trim it right there. If I wanted to, I could trim a little bit here, but I'm not going to. Like I said, this is gonna be a slap and stick. Just like that. I'm gonna center it from here and there, and then on the sides. Is it straight? This would make a great cover for the album. So I've placed the picture here, I've centered it, and I have this large title. And if I had journaling, I would put it here, but I don't have any journaling. So what I did was I found these 3 black flowers, and they're different, like they're black and silver. So I think I'm gonna put them there like that, like a little cluster. I like the small one over there. And I'm going to use mini brads to bring in more silver into the flowers. And I used a punch. I have this large punch and some silver paper. And then I'm just going to stick them down there to create the look of leaves. And I'll play with it a little bit. But that's it. So the first thing I'm going to do is put my brads on the flowers. I tried the larger brad, but it looked too much. So I think the smallest one is gonna be just perfect. 1. I don't have a lot of silver embellishments. And I went through my pad of die cuts. I have 2 paper pads of die cuts from Michael's. And you have a lot of gold, but I didn't see any silver. And even my thickers, you know how some thickers, the phrases, I have gold, no silver. Silver is not a color that I work a lot with, so maybe that's why I'm not drawn to it. However, I do have this Heidi Swap wood veneer package, and it has 2 gold and 2 silver. So I'm gonna use one of these. Actually, I'm gonna use both, but not on the same layout. I'm going to arrange my flowers first. I think I like the smaller one there. And then, see, I don't want all of those leaves showing. Just a little bit. Okay, that works. So let me adhere them. And I'm going to, let's see, do the flower. I'm not gonna lift them up because once I do that, I lose my placement again. So just that. And one thing I love about this glue is that it dries clear. So like right here, that little drop right there, that won't be visible once it dries. And then let me do this one. And that's it. This page is done. Now this one, I'm going to bring it a little bit lower because I'm gonna put my title right there. And again, this one is like a periwinkle, almost like a violet and silver. So this has fancy and lucky, and either one would work, right? Because we're fancy, we're all dressed up. But it's just a picture of me and my husband, so I'm going to use lucky. And that way I could use fancy for maybe the one where we are all dressed up together. Now, yeah, I think I'm gonna put it right here, like resting right on top of my photo. So let me add a little bit of adhesive, just a little bit, not a lot. And this is art glitter glue, and it dries clear and it's permanent. And I got it from May. I need to order. I've had this bottle for a year, maybe a little over a year, and it's only halfway used up. Okay, so let me, right there, that's perfect. That is perfect. And look at that, I have 2 of my portraits done in no time. That was easy. And that's the beauty of these papers that have the larger motifs. You just have to maybe add just a little bit to give it a little bit of dimension. And that's it. I mean, really, you could maybe trim it just a little bit more and add another background to it, like a matte. Like that. That would be pretty too. And it's not too late to do that. Like if I change my mind, I can trim like 1/4 of an inch from 2 sides, and then that way it would have like a really thin matte. I think that would make it look really nice. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna matte it in black, and this one is just perfect as it is. So there's nothing else to do. So those papers that have those large motifs, sometimes they are great for these quick pages, and especially if you have the larger photos. Because they take up so much of the paper itself, there's very little room for embellishment, and that's a quick page. So I'm gonna place this right here, and it's just gonna give it a little something. It's gonna be very, of course the cat took the one that I like better. Bad cat. I don't like this edge, it has a lot of silver showing, so let me use this one. Do I like it like that, or do I like it like this? I think I'm gonna go with this. So it's just very subtle. You can barely see it, but it does make a little bit, it gives it a little bit of dimension. And I'm just gonna put it right there. And I'm gonna let it extend to the black cardstock because I kind of like that. All right, so let me add my adhesive to it. And I'm just gonna use the ATG, which is a lot wider than it should be, but I don't care. And it has a little bit extra adhesive, but I can just remove it once I put it down with that. I have like an eraser that it removes adhesive. I'm going to extend it all the way to the black. Well, there you are. Do you want this extra one? Do you want this? I don't know if you can, if my grandcat is in frame, but he's right there and he's trying to steal these little strips. You can have them. You can have them if you want them. I'm done with them. All right. Let me show you what I mean. I have this little rubber. It's not truly an eraser, but it does remove the adhesive. And yes, you could just use your finger, but I'm afraid of paper cuts because they hurt. And this works perfectly without damaging your paper, because truly it's not really an eraser. It's just like rubber, and it grips the excess glue and removes it super easy. It has a lot of texture to it, and I got this at the Dollar Tree. They have a craft section, and they have baker's twine, they have pop-up dots, they have double-sided tape in different widths. It's pretty cool. I love their baker's twine is pretty cool. You get like 3 little rolls, and they last quite a bit. I have them in almost every color. Okay, that's it. I love that. Simple, elegant, done. I'm sure that in most paper pads you will find 1 or 2 sheets of paper with the large icons. You could probably just use that as a base and then just add a little bit of embellishment. It doesn't take a lot. I hope you enjoyed this portrait series. I've created a playlist, so if you want to go back and watch all of the videos for this series, it'll be a little easier for you to find. Please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you again next week. Bye.